Hello YouTube stackers, this is ST with Silver Stacking 101, where we always believe in staying stacked and packed. Stacked with silver, gold, food, ammo, and packed with the means necessary to defend our stack. In this video we are going to talk about the economic upheaval currently taking place in Venezuela. It's important to understand this case study because the same thing will happen eventually in the United States, Western Europe, Australia, and many other countries. The causes for the problems of Venezuela can be stripped away to only two causes. The first is an extremely high debt burden incurred by the government to support socialist policies. The second issue that brought about these problems that are going on in Venezuela, and we're going to talk about these problems in a minute, is an overregulation of the markets, resulting in inefficient markets unable to deliver the goods required by their public. Let's look at the economic effects of what's going on. Please forgive me, I'm going to use some notes. I normally just talk from the heart, but there's some stats I want to throw at you guys. The economic effects. Inflation is in the hundreds and sometimes thousands of %. Hyperinflation, runaway inflation. The unemployment rate is 18.1%. The economy is contracting sometimes as high as 20% annually. Now let's look at the manifestations of the economic effects, and this is where it's going to get real for the average citizen. First of all, the socialistic utopian paradise of Venezuela has achieved one goal of the government. It has brought about economic equality. 90% of the citizens of Venezuela live in poverty. See, everybody's equal. Congratulations, 90% are in poverty. That's what socialism does. It shares misery. Keep in mind, there's only an 18.1% unemployment rate. So, over 80% of the workforce is still working, but 90% of the population is in poverty. I said only 18.1% unemployment rate. That's high, but over 80% of the workforce is still working, and keep that in mind as we go through the economic manifestations. Venezuela has a severe food problem, food distribution problem. It's not available, and when it is available, the prices go through the roof, despite the government's price controls. Let me give you this statistic. This is scary. 75% of the population has lost an average of 19.4 pounds due to lack of proper nutrition. 80% of the workforce plus is still working, but 75% lost close to 75% of the population has lost close to 20 pounds because food's not available. And when it is, it's too expensive. The food distributors must actually bribe the military to protect their inventory. ERs are overwhelmed with children suffering from malnutrition. The government's fixed this problem, however. They stopped keeping track of the data for ER visits for malnutrition in children and other people. They have a total blackout of this statistic. Just stop looking at it. See, problem solved. Their largest garbage company in Venezuela reports 6 out of every 10 garbage bags have been looted for scraps of food. Housing's a problem. They are 1.6 million housing units short. The government was going to fix this problem They were going to build 120,000 houses. They ended up building 10,000. Healthcare. Now, they have a utopian socialized medical system. Only 35% of the hospital beds in the country are available for use due to lack of supplies and staff. 50% of ORs are available. They have severe shortages of critical supplies and prescription drugs. And doctors are quitting in droves due to low pay and nothing to work with. The crime. Desperate people do desperate things. Their murder rate is 90 per 100,000 people. The U.S. is 5. But they passed strict gun laws and took the guns back in 2012. It turned out only the law-abiding people turned their guns in. The criminals kept theirs. Who would have ever thought such would have happened? Can't make this stuff up. Less than 2% of reported crimes are prosecuted. There's not resources to investigate the crimes or bring them to court. This has resulted in a mass migration from Venezuela. Think about socialist countries. Eventually they have to build walls and fences to keep people in their utopian paradise. Capitalist countries have to build walls and fences to keep people out. There is a cure for this, folks. There's a fix for this. It's happened in history before. Next week on the midweek video, we're going to talk about a similar situation and how it was fixed and who fixed it. Folks, don't become complacent. This is why we pack and we stack, because this will happen here. Please let me know what you think. Let me know why you think it. Give me a thumbs up. Share this video if you found it interesting. Subscribe if you haven't. God bless you. Thank you for watching. And remember, stay stacked and packed.